Good afternoon and welcome back to Ms. Walter's Kitchen. Today we're going to be going over our 5 main knife cuts that you're going to need to know. First off, just a quick refresher on how you set up your cutting station. Your cook is going to come in, damp cloth, cutting surface on top. We've got our knife in the resting position underneath. This is where we know you're ready. We've got our some things to cut. We've got our landing bowl. So, getting started, you are going to be using, always, your pincher grip that we went over. Wrapping your fingers around, you're pinching with your index and your thumb on the other side. That gives you maximum control over the knife. You're not going to cut yourself and you're going to be able to see exactly what you're doing with maximum control. I don't want to hear chopping. I want it to be smooth cuts, very smooth cuts, very smooth. The first I'm going to show you is how we slice. So again, claw grip. Everything is tucked in. You have your something to cut. There's nothing sticking out that you're going to be able to cut off the tip of. You're going to hold it. Again, maximum control. Slow and steady wins the race. We're not trying to do this double time. Holding your knife. Lots of control. Corner of the cutting board, we're pointing with the tip. And a slice. And a slice. And a slice. When you look over the top how I did, you get very consistent sizing, and that is what we want. You want everything when you're doing restaurant quality food to cook the same. You don't want to have some big pieces, some small pieces. This is what we're looking for. Now, the next cut that I'm going to show you is a dice. For a dice, again, chef's grip, grab the potato. I'm just going to cut a little base. So my potato is not going to roll around. You notice it's not on the other side, it's turning. This side has a base. It's nice and flat. So this is how we're going to start for our dice. Okay. Again, leaning right over, you are going to cut the size of a dice from this potato. Okay. Again, thicker, a little bit. Then grabbing the claw hand again, you've got your knife, size of a dice, size of a dice. Turn that around, size of a dice, size of a dice, size of a dice. Again, consistently the same size pieces. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for from you folks. Now, the next cut that we're going to do is julienne, and this one is very important. This is McDonald's fries. We all need to be able to make some French fries. So for the julienne, you're going to take your something to cut. Again, claw hand, holding that. You're going to cut about the width of a McDonald's fry. So take some slices that are about that size. Okay? Again, consistency is key. McDonald's, all of their French fries are the same, right? They do that for a reason. Now, next cut, you're going to turn these into McDonald's fry size. Going through, they are all going to be the same size. You can see here, perfect julienne. Next cut that I'm going to show you is a fine julienne. I'm going to take a new potato here. Got my something to cut, claw hand, chef's grip, pointing to the corner. I'm going to do a little bit thinner, about half the size of what I did for my McDonald's fries. Okay? Again, you're leaning over, you're watching what you're doing, you're using the heel, you're rolling the knife off the cutting board. Okay? So we've got 2 thin slices. With those thin slices, again, you're going to line those up nicely. Claw hand, chef's grip. Going to slice it thinly, slicing it thinly, slicing it thinly. Now you can see here my fine julienne. Just really nice, consistent pieces. Now mincing is our next. I'm going to take my fine julienne, line these up on the cutting board. I'm using the knife to line everything up. We've got our nice flat that you can use, pressing it up, claw hand. Now, I'm just going to very gently, rocking on the heel, very thin mince. This is what you're going to do when you're cooking with garlic, with onions. When you have to mince it, you want very, very small. And when you want to do a fine mince, you've got your regular here. You can keep going, rocking the knife back and forth on top of that with the heel. You can have your hand on the edge for extra control. So these are the main cuts that we're going to be doing. So here, you guys practice at home with your potatoes.